Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome back to our Timmy project. Oh, I've so missed it. I've been dying to get back to it. This is the one that I'm doing first of all, like my little practice pieces, if you like. And then this is the journal that I'm doing with you. So far we've got the waterfall section. We've started the waterfall section. Quite a few of you have had a go at this and you've done really, really well. I've seen some fabulous versions of it. And then this is the next page that I've done. It seems like an age ago now. So that's that one. And this is the one that we'll be doing today, sort of transferring it into this book. So we've got this space here. And it looks like this because it's covered with glue, because I already had a go at this and it was rubbish. So I stuck it down and then pulled it off. So it's got a bit of residual glue on there, but that's okay. So this is the page we're doing today. Right, okay, let's get going. So I've cut myself a piece of mixed media paper. It's a bit wider than the actual finished thing will be, but that's fine. It means that we can cut out where we prefer. And I've got a new thing to introduce you to today. Yes, it's more money. And it is these little joyous pots of gorgeousness. Look at them. They're so lovely. They are distress paint. And ostensibly what they are is acrylic paint. But I've used acrylics for years. And I can tell you there are some big differences with these ones to ordinary acrylic paints. For one thing, they dry completely matte, which is lovely. I mean, that's what we're after. I don't want shiny. The other thing is they are very runny. I mean, you can get very runny paint, acrylic paint ordinarily, but these are really nice and runny, and they don't seem to mix with each other and give you mud and quite as readily as ordinary acrylics do. That's just my findings so far, but I'm still new to them, so we'll see how we get on as we go. So what I'm going to do, and I'm using the distress paints. I should say this is one of the major things. Once they are dry on your paper, they are permanent. You can't get them off. As opposed to inks or distress oxide or whatever, you could go back to that years later and put water on it and it would still move. Now that's fine. Sometimes that's what we want, not to go back years later, but just to be able to work into it. But sometimes it's not what you want either. So because it has this ability to dry and be permanent, I'm going to put down a background first, and then when that's dry I'm going to come back over and put some darker colours in. So let's give it a go, shall we? So this is mustard seed, and I'm just going to put some little drops down. This is salvage patina, which I think, it's got to be one of my favourites ever. I love salvage patina. Who doesn't? Just little drops. This is the new Uncharted Mariner, and I bought it because it's the exact same colour as my car. It's a bit of a daft reason to buy paint, but never mind. And maybe one more light colour, maybe this one, which is dried marigold. I don't often use dried marigold in the ink version, but it's a yummy colour, it really is. I mean, for example, this is saltwater taffy, and see the difference. And this is abandoned coral, so got a nice family of paints going on there. I must have been in a peachy mood, I think, when I ordered these. So just a little bit of that. So I've got quite a few drops of paint down there now. So then take your spritzer, and we're just going to see the way they start to move, and just give our paper a little bit of water as well. And then I'm just going to drag my paper through that. My goodness me, it's gorgeous. Okay, I'm losing my yellow now. It's gone into something else, green I think. This is rather darker than I intended it to be, but that's okay. I think I should have left the Uncharted Mariner alone because it's gone very, very turquoisey. Right, I've got a spare piece of card here that I'm just going to use to mop this up because I don't want to waste all that. And this will come in, you know, if I keep adding to it. I mean, that's gorgeous on its own. It's beautiful. Let's just clean the board. Yeah, the Uncharted Mariner has kind of queered that pitch a bit, really. But it's okay. Right, what I want to do is add a bit more yellow of the mustard seed. And yeah, maybe a bit more of the dried marigold. See if we can get that added where we want it, which is kind of the middle. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, that's given us a nice coverage. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's really nice now. Really nice. Oh, I love these paints. I'm telling you now, you're going to see a lot of these. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Right, so let's just leave that to one side. Let's get our paper back again and pick all this up, all this goodness. Ooh, look at it. They aren't as expensive as you might think, these paints. That's going to be lovely. They are actually less expensive than the inks and the oxides. So, you know, but I mean, they still cost money. And they still do something like 47 colours. I bought 10 colours to give me a fair representation of what, you know, what they're like. But I feel I may be ordering more. No! Yes. Right, I'm drying this, but what you could do, if you wanted to, is wet it. It'll move. If you add water to it, it will move. Just like the inks, just like the oxides. See this moving here? It's gorgeous. So you get that nice movement that you get with the inks and oxides, except for the fact that when it's dry, it's permanent. Sorry if you can hear my tummy rumbling. I'm hungry. I like that movement there now. That's fine. And you can, if you want to, go in with water in your hand. You see the way it makes those little diamonds there? So you can do pretty much all the things you can do with inks and oxides, except when it dries it's permanent. So win-win, I'd say. You can see where the water's landing. It's lovely. Hands are soaking. Right, I'm going to dry that like that because I love it. Absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. What a background that is. I've got quite a lot here, which would probably benefit from being left alone and drying by its, you know, on its own. But alas, I haven't got time for that. Let's just see if I can pick up a little bit of that water. Oof. Limited rations. It's gorgeous though, isn't it? Don't you think? It's really lovely. I got a new toy. It does take rather longer than your ordinary, average, everyday acrylics to dry. I will say that. I like this as well. That's probably worth developing further. You know, even just for if you're going to stamp on it and cut it out or something, it's gorgeous. I love all these little delicate markings you get. Too much yellow up there. I'm really pleased with this. I did do one first just to make sure the process worked, and that was what I ended up with, which is also very nice. I love all this dark around it. See, I can't really see that dried marigold in there, it's been swamped, but the mistake I made was putting the Uncharted Mariner in. It's too dark a colour for the light background that I was after, but it's alright, we can recover from that. Is this getting dry at all? I think so. Nearly there, I think. Right, unfortunately when I ordered my paints, I wasn't thinking ahead. I just saw paints and thought, buy. That's pretty dry enough now. And the only sort of darker ones I ordered was this black suit, which, you know, it's black, obviously. Vintage Photo, which is kind of mid-tone, I would say. It's not even really dark. And the Uncharted Mariner. I'll show you all the colours I got and then you'll see. I'm doing my own flat lay like Timmy does with his products. So yeah, those are the colours that I got. Salvage patina, peeled paint, antique linen, frayed burlap, saltwater taffy, black suit, vintage photo, Uncharted Mariner, mustard seed, dried marigold and abandoned coral. So you see my problem with regards to the dark. I've already gone to the dark side with the Uncharted Mariner, so I'm going to have to, I think, use these two, vintage photo and black suit, and maybe just try and mix them up so it's not just black. I don't want just black, but I do like that. However, it's gorgeous. So let's just put a little tiny teeny bit of black out. Sure, that will do. And some vintage photo. And we can mix those up if we want to. Mix them together. Is that dark enough? Might put a little bit more black out. But into the vintage photo, I don't really want it on its own. Let's try that. So I'm just going to spray these again. And you can spray your card again if you want, because now that acrylic's dry, it's dry. So, oh, that's just so pretty how it looks there. So just really want the edges done. I'm going to try and just hit the edges if I can. Don't forget, we've always got water. We can come in Oh my goodness me, it's so lovely, this paint. We can come in again with the water and move it to where we want it to be. Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's fine. It needs moving around. Let's get another piece of card because this is really dark. Oh, blimey. The cleanups are so lovely. I'm sure we'll be seeing those again at some stage. There is more on there. I don't think I'll get much. Yeah, I'm down to sort of muddy colours now. There we go. Right, so let's move this around a bit with some water because it's very much just kind of on the edge, not doing much. And if you just dab it, you get a really nice sort of edge to it. That black and vintage photo together are gorgeous. So let's just move this and then we'll see where we're at. Oh yeah, that's lovely. So I'm just going to take some tissue and just pick up some of the excess. There's something going on down here. I'm just going to take my brush and just move that. Seems to have dried all on its own. Maybe it was still warm from where I was drying. Yeah, that's it. That's just, I love that. It's gorgeous. I think there are some sections like this one here that's dried really quickly, and I'm guessing some of that was because it was still warm from where we dried it, so it's dried quickly, but I don't mind at all. I quite like, I mean, these edges down here are lovely. So let's dry that off. I'll just pop you on pause while I dry it because you've already watched me dry paint once. So there we are, it's dried. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just so nice. Right, so now we need to cut it down to the correct size for our book. Let's measure it. That's the way forward. It is 2 7/8 by 8 1/4. 2 7/8 by 8 1/4. And this measures just over 8. Okay, so let's cut this down to 2 7/8. I mean, I love that. I don't really want to lose any of that, to be honest. So if I made that 2 7/8, which is about there, I think, I'd lose all of that darkness. I can't be doing with that. Let's move that along to there. Let's move that along to there and cut this off. Turn it round, see where we get to with 2 7/8. Oh, I think I'm losing too much of that. Oh well, I've got to lose some of it. Right, so there's our piece that's now cut down. Still looks alright, it's a bit of darkness there. And I just need to lose a little bit, a smidge off the height, just to allow me a border around it. Okay, lovely. Well worth that effort. And now I know it's permanent, I can do anything to it and it's not going to budge. Right, so what I'm going to do now is stamp on it and then and emboss it. So I've got black extra fine, which I haven't opened yet. Scalpel, don't know where it is. Let's use some scissors. No. All the way around it with the scissors. Blimey, that's a tricky one to get into. That's it. Wow, that is jet black. I really hope I don't spill that anywhere. So I'm going to pop that there so it's ready. And I've just got these, I don't even know what they are. They're just bits of sort of architectural stuff. You see what I mean? Like that. And I'm just going to use them. Just had to hunt for my stays on there, but I've got it. And I don't want whole stamps or anything. I just want bits of stamps. So I'm not going to mount it on a board. I'm just going to press it with my fingers and put bits of stamps. Oh, it's so nice. Here and there on the background. Might be getting on for enough, I think. Get my bit of paper, pour my embossing powder on. I've never used this before, it's Ranger Superfine, so we'll see how we get on with it. Oh, very nicely. Very nicely, thank you. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely job. Right, let's put this away quickly. It is super fine, definitely is. Let's put the lid on that, because you can see calamities happening, can't you? I can. Put the stays on away. There we go, and let's have a look at this and make sure that we haven't got, it's not clumpy or anything. There's just a bit there that I think it'll be alright. Okie dokie, let's emboss that then. Right, that's great. Just makes that stand out a little bit more than just stamping it, because you could lose it very easily just stamping it. Don't think I've embossed that bit down there. I think we're all right at that. That's fine. Right, so next on the agenda, I'm going to use one of the Tim Holtz portrait people. These are his, I'm going to lose that straight away. These are his people You know, he does the large people, the mini people. Well, now he does the gigantic people. I want to have a look at what I did last time. Right. This is the thing with Timmy, you end up with so much stuff out, honestly. And I put the lady last time on this side, but I want to incorporate those flowers she's got there. So this time I'm going to put her over here. As near as I can, but still get a head in, which is there. And what I did last time was embossed all of her, which just makes her stand out a bit more as well. So let's get this out. Let's get the embossing dabber out and just go over all of her. With the embossing dabber and clear embossing. Just clear, that's all that you need. You could use a crystal, frosted crystal if you wanted, that would be nice. But I don't have any, so I'm just using clear. There we go. Tweezers. These ones will do. Where are you? There you are. Set her to the side. Put the embossing powder back in. There we go. That lid doesn't feel like it fits very tightly. Oops. There's a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm just going to grab her, if I can, yeah, there, and emboss that. There we are. It just brings her to life more, makes her look more alive. And she, just watch yourself when you've been embossing, it can be really hot. It's melted plastic, so it can get really hot. She is going to go there. But the question is, do I want to sew around this before or after I stitch her, put her on? I think before. I'm asking quite a lot of the machine to go through embossing and card and this, so I'm just going to pause you there while I just sew around her. Right, I've sewn around those and I've left the threads quite long at the ends, and I've stopped at every corner just so I'd get some extra threads going on. You don't have to, of course you don't have to, you don't even have to sew around it. It's just I quite like that look with Timmy. I've got cream in my bottom bobbin, and I haven't got another spare bobbin, so I'm just going to use it till it runs out. Right, so that's that. That's looking nice, actually. Sewn around. So now this lady is to stick on, and I'm going to put her there. You won't see much of that stitching on the bottom, but that's all right. So let's get some glue on her. Mr. F's put our lunch on, so I don't know which will come first, the end of this tag or lunch. But trust me, when lunch is ready, I'm off. I don't know why I'm so hungry this morning, I just am. It's part and parcel of being on a diet, isn't it, really? You get hungry. And the main reason you're on a diet in the first place is because you love food. So, never mind, it's working. Right, let's pop her on then. I want all of her head like that, and just put her flush with the bottom like that. Marvellous. I'm just going to trim off that. I haven't stuck her down firmly enough. She's on the move. Why are you moving? Let's stick her down properly so she's not on the move when I turn her over. Trim off this excess piece here. Right, there we go. So now we've got our lady. Doesn't she look gorgeous? She absolutely does. We haven't finished with her yet, but finished with her for the interim. So let's have another look then at this. So I put a letter at the top on a clip, so we can do that now, I think. Got a little project box here. How staggering is that? So there's my clip, and here's my letter. Excuse me. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of that, and I'm going to put it over where the letter is so you can't see it. Stick that down there. Oh, I've got squid. Oh, drop my clip.
That's really nice, like tagging it.
Recovered it.
Screen, like.
I have recovered it.
And then colours.
Ooh. These index clips are really, really tight. But that's it there. I like that. I really like that look. Introduce a bit of metal work. So now the only real things we've got to do is this kind of little collage up here. So let's see what I laid out in my project box, what I thought I was going to be using. I haven't got there's a long tape measure on here, and I haven't got another one of those, but I do everything's on the slide. I do have this nice long one, which I do like, and I've put just tiny little bits of Nouveau drops where it looked like there was sort of rivets, so I've put those in with Nouveau drops. I'm going to keep that inside my stitching line, and yeah, that would have been better going behind her. Probably can't get her off. No, can't get her off. I don't really want that up under there, I don't think. So I might have to cut a bit off. And see what else we've got. What else we can play with. I've got this. I mean, I've got loads of stuff. This is just what I laid out that I thought I might want to play with. I've got that. That's quite nice, isn't it? That's quite nice. Needs coloured up a little bit, but it is quite nice. I've got these flowers. Ooh, flowers, you say? I can't get past flowers. It's not my fault. They look like they should be growing that way because of those buds. But if I took those buds off, they'd go there. But you know, I think they would be better used. Oh, I don't know though. When you see them, they're really nice, aren't they? They are nice. Yeah, like those. And I've got this. Gosh, I've been pretty sparse in what I've laid out. You know, does that need much more than that? It's gorgeous. So I laid this one out as well. Which I do like. I put a piece of lace out as well, actually. So thought it would go with the stamps. And a little number strip. Let's just have a look and see what that looks like. Well, it all looks very nice, but does it not look nicer like that? I don't know. I don't know. Let's put this in properly and see what we think. I do quite like that there, I must be honest. And this tape measure strip would probably go there quite nicely, which does introduce a bit of interest up the top end, doesn't it? I don't think I want that. I probably want some of my tiny snippets, which I think are called Curator. I think these ones are called Curator. I don't know where my tweezers went, my proper tweezers, because it's mighty awkward. I find it really awkward picking these up with my fingers. I don't know why. I do not know why. It just is. That's a nice one. Over the top of that and under there. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's staying. And I probably just want something under here. So let's see what we've got. We've got all sorts of things. I love these. I love these tiny little ones. They're so blinking useful. Maybe something just an ordinary sort of you know, this sort of colour. This is what I'm thinking. Although that's quite pink. That's quite nice. Let's try that. Let's pop it in under there. If I can get it. Yeah. These tweezers are rubbish. So what does that look like? Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot, actually. So I've got no room for my lace. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. Should we leave it there? I think so. Right, let's get these inked up and stuck in place. So the first one to go... Oh my goodness, I wish I could find my tweezers. Yay, I've got my tweezers. Hooray. So now work can resume. Let's ink up all these little pieces. Get them stuck down. Just find it easier to hold pieces in my tweezers while I glue them. And it saves my fingers getting quite so gluey, which I really don't like. Right, so that's going under there. You know you want to go under. That's it. About there, I think. Try and get it straight if we can. I think that's okay. And then we had this one. Yeah, just checking. I still liked it. You reckon? I do, so we're okay. And that covers over the top part of that. Goes down there. Lovely. Then this goes over there. I mean, it's highly probable that you don't have the same pieces as me, and even if you do, you can't find them. So, you know, use what you think looks good. But I can tell you one thing, the distress paint, that is not going to be, it's the last time you're going to see that, because I absolutely love it. I love this background. it's a shame to cover it up really, except I love all the Timmy pieces as well. What's that? How did I have that? Oh, I was going to colour that, wasn't I? Yeah, I think that went up there like that. But I want to colour this. But I can stick my roses in. Now what I'm going to do is cut off these two buds that make it look like it's growing down. Like that, that's fine. Nobody will be any the wiser. And that's going to go there, like that. So I'm just going to quickly flick it over with a bit of distress ink. There we go, and get that glued down. Yeah, I think the most amazing thing about the distress paints is that they react exactly like inks and oxides to water. They don't lose their vibrancy as ordinary acrylics would if you added a lot of water to them. And then you get them exactly where you want them, dry them, and that's it. They're there for life. And you can, you know, once they're dry, you can go over the top and add stuff, add other colours to it. They're remarkable. I just love them. There we go. Now this, I want to colour this a bit. It's just a bit bland in that colour. So this probably is going to be a spray situation. And I'm going to do it like I've been doing it for the folio. I'm going to spray it onto my cellophane, and then I mean, it's tiny. It's the tiniest piece in the world. So I don't need lots of... I don't need that. I just don't need all of that. Let's take some of that off. Because we don't need it. Let's splotch it around a little bit, and then we can put it onto our other piece. Our spare background, if you like. And this is Speckled Egg, and I love these two colours together. I absolutely adore them, actually. Right, where's our background pieces that we've been playing with? These ones. Let's go for this. Oh, I better do my thing first, otherwise I'll get carried away. That looks better. Yeah, that looks better with a bit of colour on it. So now I'm just going to pick up all of this on here. Just add to that. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely better. It's now wet. Actually, I have a fancy to emboss this. I think it would stand out nicely if I embossed it, so let's do that. Where did my dabber go? Here, and my clear embossing powder. Oh, I could have used translucent embossing glaze. Now she thinks of it. Yes, now I think of it, but never mind, it's alright. I'll just do it with clear. Let's try and remember for next time. There's a lot to kind of remember with Timmy, isn't there, really, to be honest? Oh, there she goes. Oh yeah, that was worth doing, definitely. I don't know if you saw the difference there, but it was worth doing for sure. Now, as I said to you, be careful because embossing powder is plastic, so when it's hot, it's hot. So I'm just going to put that there, I think. Yeah, there. Excellent. Let's get that stuck down. You know, you could play with backgrounds, couldn't you, forever? Just sit down for the day and just play with backgrounds. How gorgeous. Right, there we go. I'm going to pop that there. Like that. Hopefully it's something like straight. Sometimes you have to persuade them once you've embossed them to stick down because they like to curl up. Right, there we go. I think that looks lovely. I really, really, really like it. So, let's see if we can get it in our book. See what it looks like. So it's going to go there. Perfect. Pretty perfect. Maybe a tad on the short side, but not far. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Doesn't she look nice with the black all around? Let's stick her in. I hope you've enjoyed this process today. I do take on board that it might have been a bit bitty. But I'm sure I'll improve the more Timmy stuff I do. It's just I haven't done any Timmy for ages. And I used to know like the back of my hand where all the Timmy stuff was. But now it's all been shunted around, of course, because I've been doing other projects. And sometimes laying your hands on it is not that easy. Coupled with the fact that my desk is an absolute mess. So finding things like tweezers isn't easy. But you know, I'll get there. Hang around, we'll get there together, I'm sure. So that's going to go there. Let's just make sure we can still open that. I'll clip either side of that clip once I've finished videoing, just to help it to stick down there. So there we have it. There's our page. What do you think? I think it's gorgeous. I really honestly think it's gorgeous. I love everything from that clip up there to, oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't added the flowers to Our Lady. Oh my goodness, we need to do that. Well, I laid out the turquoise ones because I thought they'd go with the Uncharted Mariner, so let's have a look and see if they do. It's a new pack that I haven't been into yet. I don't know, I thought there was a piece of plastic on top. Yeah, there is. That's it. They're so delicate, that's the problem. Right, let's have a look then and see what we want to add, if we want to add. Let's stick it. I noticed this with my own flowers actually, they're very sticky. Electrostatic or whatever you call it. Right, okay, tweezers. So this lady has got this corsage here, and I did think it would be really quite nice to add some dried flowers to it. So let's have a look and see. I've got some nice yellow ones up here. There's other ones on top of it though. These little blue ones, see if I can get them off. Yes, I can. So maybe that there. Well, I want to use that anyway because it's gorgeous, so I'm just going to snip that off. Just going to, says she. There. And I don't need the stem. So that's going to go somewhere. It might even go there. Just got to be careful with these. Yeah, that could go there. That's quite nice, isn't it? And maybe another little bit of that on the top of a corsage. 2 stems of it. So you can only use it once. So pop that there. That looks nice. That looks nice. Right, so the turquoise, I mean that Uncharted Mariner's calling to me. So I want to add something that's going to complement it. Oh, that's so nice. What's this? That's nice. No, that's no good. Don't want that. What about one of these light ones? Oh, maybe that could go down first and then that second. It's a fiddle, isn't it? It's a fiddle. But that's all right. So that could go there, and then this could just be offset a little bit. I quite like that actually. That's quite nice. Let's take that one out and add something else. How about I've got white daisies, but I think they're a bit excuse me, I've got a little bit of that yellow there as well. Yeah, no, that's not right. That is not right. I've got some white ones here. Oh, you should never give me a choice. Don't give me a choice. I'm rubbish at choices. So I've got that. I don't like that bit on that side. We'll turn it that way. And I've got this. That's pretty nice. That looks pretty nice. But I probably also need something there. And I'm guessing it's going to be a bit of this white frothy stuff. Let's try that. Sorry, I can't rush any more than this because I don't want to spoil my flowers. Gonna get that under there and that under there. No, don't like that. I'm gonna have to come back to the yellow, I think. Although I've got this yellow, let's use that. Right, so I've got that there, that there. Let's pop that there. Or maybe there, yeah. It's doing somersaults. Like so. Then this one here. And this one there. Oh, I don't know. It all looks a bit large, doesn't it? It all looks a bit large. I've gone overboard as usual. I've gone to town. Come on. Let's just think about this. How about we have one yellow bit there, that flower there, and this other yellow bit there. How about that? What's wrong with that? Nothing. That's nice, isn't it? This bit's coming off. I think that's fine. I think it's sufficient. I think I was going a bit too bonkers there. Right, I'll pop that away in a minute with care. Let's stick these on. Phew, that took a bit of getting, didn't it? Oh, there's back in the front, which I didn't realise. Right, I'm just going to use my ordinary glue, which I imagine will stick them fine because there's no weight to them or thickness or anything. So that's going to go there. Dab it down. This is going to go at the bottom, like there. Yeah, that's nice. And then the blue one in the centre. And then to preserve them and so they don't get damaged. There we are. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to put Distress Collage medium over them, just so they are then long term. Nothing's going to, you know, because if you're thumbing through the book, it would be quite easy, I think, to just catch them and tear them, because they are so delicate. So I'm just going to use my Distress Collage medium, like I did on the other page that I did first. And you need quite a lot on your brush. You need more on your brush than you think, because it's the friction that's going to tear them, if anything. So start to lay them down. With extreme care. You don't want it too far over if you can get it. That's great. And of course it dries clear, so that'll be fine. So I'm just going over again with a lot of glue. I'm just going to rub my fingers around that and pick up the real excess. And I think that's fine. We've given that a really good coating. It's all cloudy and stuff at the moment, but it will dry clear and it'll look great. So there we have it. Finally got it finished. Our lovely lady in amongst our flower garden, pretty much. The background is gorgeous. I love it, and I really hope you give it a try. And then join me next time when we'll be doing this page. Okay, thanks for enduring that, and I really hope you give it a go. Bye for now.